Michael, you're a minister of the Free Methodist Church in Greece. That is for us quite a surprise that there is a Methodist church in Greece. Can you tell us just a little bit how you became a pastor of the church there?
Yeah, it's a long story, but in a short few words, I went to Greece after university, and I was serving the ministry there in Athens and doing lots of really exciting experiences with a mission in Athens, and I was able to learn the language, and the person that God brought into my life was from Thessaloniki, and her great uncle was a Methodist missionary that started 5 churches in Greece after World War II. I, of course, was a Free Methodist, and so God just brought us together, and after seminary training at Asbury, we went and we started the Free Methodist Church in Greece for the Free Methodist mission, when in Greece there isn't today any other Methodist representation. We're the only ones. There is now a Salvation Army, but they're just getting started.
Yeah, we weren't aware that there is a Methodist presence in Greece, so we're quite excited about to get to know that. You also told us that you are quite involved in the work or the support for the refugees who are still in great numbers going through. Can you tell us a little bit what you're doing and how the work is going?
The refugees are like an overwhelming thing that just came upon everybody in Greece. You can choose to ignore it, or you can jump in and help to try and make a difference. I live in the city of Thessaloniki, which is 80 kilometers away from the border, where they're all passing through. And so in Thessaloniki we have a guest house, we have a lot of connections, and we want to do something, but we don't have people and we don't have funds, but God's provided both of those things and things to give out. So from the beginning in September, we've been going there sometimes up to 5-6 times a week, just trying to be helpful, talking to them, and so it's been a wonderful opportunity to make a difference. And
so how can we understand you're going there helping them? Are you just going out on the streets where they're going through and meeting, or do you bring them into the guest house or your churches or so?
They're not passing through Thessaloniki, they're passing by Thessaloniki. The conditions where they pass are very, very terrible. The Greek government, which is broke, they don't do anything to help make it easier. So it's whatever the Christians or non-profit organizations do. They are giving out food, they're giving out clothes, they're providing medical attention, and so we help out as much as possible for that. But the conditions are so unpredictable, it's hard to say what you will do when you arrive there. Now, today, a team went with one of the refugees that's staying at our guest house right now, and they did a drama at a gas station where 20 buses are waiting to go to the border. And a big crowd gathered, they enjoyed the drama, and then our refugee that's we're helping out, who's a Christian, stood up and started preaching.
Okay. In
Farsi, and they were responding. I just talked to him on the phone, very, very positive to what he was saying, and they were asking, please give us Farsi Bibles, please give us Farsi, which we don't have, but we will make an effort to make those available. So it shows that they're very open and they're very receptive, and of course we can't do something long term, but we can pass the word on to them, and then it will eventually bear fruit whenever they wind up where they wind up.
It's great that you are here at this seminar where you, for example, met the Farsi-speaking pastor of the church in Munich, so there are connections that are building up that can be very helpful for these things. You also told us that a lot of the refugees come by ferries from the islands to Athens, and that Athens is also a place where there is a lot of need. Can you tell us a little bit more about the situation?
Athens is different than Thessaloniki. Athens, of course, is the capital of the country, and it's also the landing point when they come from the islands, and then they transition to take a bus to go on to the border, which is a 6-hour bus hour trip. In Athens, they're out in the streets, they sleep in the streets, there's no accommodations for them. the ones that have been rejected at the border are sent back to Athens. So my daughter is helping an organization there at one of the central squares that they have developed a place for the women, which with the Muslims is a very delicate situation, and their children to get to be able to bathe and use the restrooms and to get some tea or some encouragement. And so she's working with translators, and the translator she's working with, he goes out and he invites people to go to the Iranian church in Athens, and there's many of them that come, and some that are being baptized there as well. So it's a really very nice combination of things that are going on, but Athens is much more desperate situation because there's really no solution. The big business in Athens now is false documents, forgery and things like that, and so the minute any refugee arrives back in Athens after they've been to the border, they're approached about how they can get some documents that's saying that they're Afghanistan or they're from Syria or something like that, so that they will pass. And so, yeah, it's because none of the countries want the refugees to stay in their countries, and so they're just helping them to move along. And so we're all wondering when it's going to slow down, but it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. I think someone said 5,000 just passed these last 2 days.
Yes.
So it builds up and then waves, and then so it's that type of an ongoing thing.
So do I understand it rightly? There is no Free Methodist Church in Athens?
Not yet.
But you are working together with the Iranian church there, so it's also an ecumenical network that's helping the refugees as much as you can.
And the churches in general in Greece are so few, we all just cooperate, and it's all about the kingdom. And many are from different backgrounds, but we all love Jesus, and we're trying to love people together.
Thank you very much to giving us some insight of the work you are doing and your people are doing in Greece, and it's fascinating to know there is a Methodist presence there, and we want to be in touch with you and see how we can help and support you.
Thank you, and
at least through our prayers we will do.
I am enjoying the connection very, very much, and believe that there's so much more that God wants to do when we partner together for Him.
Thank you.
Thank you.